Hola y bienvenidos otra vez al canal. Acá estamos otra vez con The Witcher 2. Esta vez vamos a ir a terminar la misión del sucubo, pero ya me acordé que había una forma. No, guarda esa espada. Oh Dios, me guardé solo.
Don't try anything. Greetings. Huh? Don't bump your woman. Don't try anything.
At your service.
I wouldn't mind a closer look at.
Objetos de misión o trastos.
Care to roll a few rounds?
No, adiós. No quiero que me dejen pobre todavía. varios para hacer.
Let me tell you about the woman who fell from the sky.
Look, another one.
Ah, you've told that
You let
story
one human in
1,000
and no
times.
time
I've
you've
heard
got
enough
a
of
sword.
flying women.
It was very unusual.
I heard human women.
What would be us greetings if you return home sober for once? You won't trick me into buying you around. How can I help you? That witcher, who's he?
He travels the
I think
land,
I've heard
killing
of him.
monsters for coin.
Why's he got
Lots going on around here.
Aye, like a virgin dragon slayer. Squirrels dazzled with her. Politicking peasants, witches and a witcher. And onlookers gawking at the whole thing.
Hope things get back to normal soon.
Let me
I think
tell
I've
you
heard of you.
who fell from the sky.
Stroking him and wrap him up! Slug in between the eyes!
Let me tell you who fell from the sky.
See something. Ah, you've told that story 1,000 times. I've heard enough of flying women.
It was very unusual.
What would be unusual is if you return home sober for once. You wouldn't trick me into buying you around. Don't try anything.
Sí, ¿de cuándo hay animales? Nunca me puse a mirar tanto como para ver los animales. No voy a dejar hablar con nadie.
Greetings! Greetings!
Tiempo de espera, espera un poquito.
How's life?
At your service.
Sí. ¿Cuánto sale? Ahora sí, bonito. Traer.
You trust the girl?
wonder how many more will turn up. Damn it! This corpse is fresh. Someone brought it here recently. These wounds, they're ripped open. Whatever attacked him was ferocious. Fingernail marks all over his back. At least he had some fun before he died. Clothing ripped in many places. Traces of sulfur. The forearms are cut up pretty badly, as if he had to defend himself. There's something embedded in the bone. A metal splinter. Interesting.
Ahora ya no está.
He was young, just like the others. All the clues seem to indicate a succubus. On the other hand, there's a metal fragment in the wound.
Ahora sí me puedo ir, carajo. Pura prueba suficiente.
What was that?
Greetings, Gwynblade.
You haven't had a chance to explain yourself. Your alliance with Letho. This is a good time.
I suppose I owe it to you, Geralt. I don't know who they are exactly, nor who they're working for. I met Letho 2 months ago. He had escaped his pursuers in Edirn, found me and suggested we trade services. Our scouts and forest hideaways in exchange for the heads of Foltest and Henselt. A good offer to begin with that only became better when we revealed only part of our secrets. It then turned out that Letho was not alone. Serret and orcs were meant to kill Henselt. My warriors were to help them. As you know, this never came to pass.
Your Scoia'tael, Elias, is murdering people from Vergen.
Any proof? Elias is one of my best warriors.
I found a splinter from a blade in one of the bodies. Compare it to Elias's weapons.
I'll see to it. Elias must have learned that I know the truth about his madness. He's fled the city.
Most of us don't like humans.
Nobody wants you here.
Me cago en la puta, mirar se han tomado el tiempo de poner el nombre.
Greetings.
What was that? Hello there.
And you, my love, do you trust the girl?
Saskia? No, but I trust Yorveth, and he trusts her.
I don't think we'll get through this in one piece.
We knew we might not from the start. Lighten up, silly. The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
I'll not be put down like some dog. Fight!
Desapareció por
I'm pleased you put an end to that fool's torment. You'll be blissfully rewarded. Disrobe and relax. In the box by the bed, I left you a small gift. Something to remember me by. Goodbye, Witcher.
Tiene más armadura la de Thyssen, pero la de Kairam está mucho más peor. La espada de plata nunca le puse las mejoras. Son runas.
I'll say it again. Greetings. Humans are strange.
¿Cómo anda, amigo Fulepe? Acá estamos viciando un rato.
So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to the recruiting station.
Adam Road.
What's the concern? Bebop!
Eh? That's a witcher, not a human.
No, it's not.
Pray tell, what compels you to disturb the Prince of Edirn, Witcher?
I have a few questions.
And you believe I should answer them instead of setting my dogs on you?
I think your Royal Highness has enough foes, here, abroad, in Vengerberg.
The intricacies of succession are not something I wish to discuss with an itinerant monster slayer.
I need royal blood.
As you know, I've yet to be crowned.
But blood of your royal ancestors flows through your veins.
True, but that doesn't mean I'll shed a drop for some vagabond. Are you a witcher or a vampire?
I need it to save Saskia.
I need you to live. Don't bother me with such audacious proposals.
I'm trying to figure out where this fog came from. What exactly happened here 3 years ago?
Henselt's mages committed mass murder. A dark day for the knighthood and all people of honor. But it was honor that allowed us to survive. There was no defeat, no victory. Honor stood against wickedness, virtue against black magic.
You took part in that battle?
My father stayed in the capital. He was to defend Vengerberg. I took to the field. I wanted to stop Henselt before he crossed the Pontar, but I was too late. So I decided to await him at Vergen. Henselt's army was exhausted. We would have triumphed if not for that heinous act. Henselt had mages with him, and they cast a treacherous spell on the entire battlefield. A fiery rain fell from the heavens. Destructive, murderous embers which brought the battle to an end. I gathered the few survivors and withdrew deep into the country. The soldiers were terrified, but Henselt showed no desire to pursue.
Only a master mage could have cast such a powerful spell, and I suspect he could not have accomplished it alone.
I remember Sabrina Glevesig. Through the flames I saw her observing the carnage from her mount, dressed in a hunting suit. Straight-backed, dispassionate.
Sabrina. If I remember correctly, she's Henselt's advisor.
Was. Henselt condemned her to death for casting that spell. The Kedwenis roasted in their armor, just the same way the Edirnians did. You know what struck me when all hell broke loose? What I found astonishing and even amusing? Going into battle, we sang our Edirnian songs. They intoned their Kedweni hymns to Creve. But when fire descended from the sky, our cries of pain were no different. We all wailed as humans. For an instant, the magnitude of the tragedy brought together our two warring nations.
I still have no idea where the spectral fog came from.
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You might be surprised, Prince, but I have more political experience than I'd like.
The famous Geralt of Rivia, invited to the table by Calanth, Foltest's little favourite. I've heard you've even parleyed with the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Think I'm impressed? Calanth is dead. Meve curses your name when she hears it. Foltest was murdered before your very eyes, and the Emperor, as I heard it, he thought you insignificant.
Are you going somewhere with this?
Indeed. You should know that a king sometimes needs a hired thug to take care of dirtier deeds. If the thug is naive enough, instead of reaching into his purse, the king buys him with virtuous words, the flash of his rings, pledges of friendship. And when, having done his deed, the thug departs, swaggering proudly like a peacock, the king discreetly giggles. Truly, I never thought you could be so pitiful. Get out!
What's this? Clad in hues of green, amid shrubs he's seen, crouching on legs.
You wanted to discuss something?
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
2 of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's son.
Why?
The Dragonslayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
Dogs growl at cats. Cats hiss at the dogs. The nobles will wolf to a peasant.
Forget those animalistic similes and take care of it. I'll try to locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Laburando hasta ahora. Perfecto. No, yo quiero terminar este así empiezo de Witcher 3. Para los entregarte cositas.
You wanted to discuss something?
Your friend Sheila is conniving with Henselt.
I know this, Witcher, but it's no cause for concern. Sheila is there to ensure Henselt doesn't fall prey to the same people who killed Foltest. We don't want him as sovereign of the Pontar Valley, but we also don't need Kedwin to descend into civil war.
There's proof that the Wild Hunt is a vast accumulation of the power. Something that would interest mages, you'd think.
To the mere mortal, anything that is not immediately comprehensible is suspect. The product of a conspiracy. And where there's a conspiracy, well, it's obvious mages must have hatched it.
I'm a mortal, though probably not a mere one. I found the notes of a man who spent his entire life...
Paranormal phenomena interests Cynthia, my intern. Take this up with her.
I found an immortelle.
Excellent. You wanted to discuss something?
I found one of the ingredients for Saskia's cure.
Show me. Interesting. Getting warmer, but still not there. It's as if I'd sent you to get me the sun and you'd brought me a candle. We need something massive, an item of real power, Geralt. This is a dwarf's dream. Stolen and magically encased in this crystal. It would do if it was stronger.
You know what this means? In addition to normal harpies, there are Solano in the area.
Solano?
Dream snatchers. The only harpy species to develop something resembling intelligence. They magically bind dreams to mountain crystals. I heard they once inhabited this area. Solano live among regular harpies, but their lair should be full of stolen dreams. One of those would be powerful enough, I'm sure.
You'd have to enter the harpy lair through the quarry. Unfortunately, the gate to the caves is locked and Cecil Burden won't open it. I asked him on another occasion. Stubborn as a mule, that one. But we must not relent. Saskia clings to life by a thread. Let me show you the desire contained in this particular dream. Don't be hasty to judge.
Yes, I can feel it. Whose dream is it?
Cecil Burden's.
In that case, I need to see the alderman. Got a feeling he just might open the gate for me.
I had a dream. We were mining up at the face.
They lie in wait for their lord and prince. Humans are an odd lot. I certainly hope Scalen can clean up this mess. What can I do for you, Witcher?
I need to get inside the harpy lair.
No chance.
I know all about the harpies. They steal dreams, collect them. I found one, but it proved too weak for our purposes. I need a stronger one. So I'm asking you nicely, open the damn gate.
Listen, Witcher. I want Saskia to recover, I do. But don't ask me to turn this town into a circus just before we battle Henselt. My grandfather locked that gate for a good reason. Imagine if we could all go in there to look at those dreams. Dwarves, peasants, their scoia'tael, Adernian nobles even. All seeing the desires of others. Terrifying. It would be the end of Vergen. What's more, legend has it the oldest stolen dreams can become reality. And I don't want nightmares stalking Vergen's back alleyways come nightfall.
Open it. I'll make it quick.
Stop pissing me off. You're acting like a drunk suitor. No means no.
You know, don't know if I should mention this, but the dream I found belongs to you.
What are you talking about?
It's an embarrassing affliction, I imagine. Hell, even something of a political liability in your case. Some might even call you a freak. You're the alderman. An ages-old tradition is vested in you. On top of that, you now lead the preparations for Vergen's defense.
You wouldn't dare.
Imagine your ancestors carved in stone. Condemnation, not pride on their bearded faces. Who knows? Maybe you'd keep your office, but you'd be the talk of the town for ages. And your nephew? Poor kid.
I'll open the gate. I promised Scalen's mother I'd be sober as a judge to the end of my days, and I aim to keep my word. I don't give a damn about ages-old traditions and piss on loose talk. But you're right. I cannot compromise Vergen's morale. You must bury this thing. The secret dies with you, never to be spoken aloud. Understand?
I do. Thanks, Cecil, and good luck staying sober.
I never finished saying she's dead.
You're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
The commoners claim it's our prince's to
Serfs and lords will never...
Geralt! It's good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
Nobody to keep things peaceful?
Scalen Burden and his dwarves are trying to contain the mob, but they're badly outnumbered.
The plebs will yell a lot, beat someone up, and go home. As peasants do.
That would be foolish. They're not serfs anymore. The days of them humbly sowing and reaping are gone.
Looks like things are getting nasty.
Hear me!
What do you want?
I'm Scalen Burden. I keep order in Vergen.
Or doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Yorvith!
Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons! I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Stennis and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Colton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Scoia'tael keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off! We need to act quickly.
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing to Henselt.
Can we have a word?
Why not? I'm Ogden, a founder. I cast mugs, plates, chalices. You need any, Witcher?
No thanks. The tableware in the council chamber is your handiwork?
It is. Made it back in Mayor Farragut's time. Since then, each and every goblet has hit the floor dozens of times, and what happened? Nothing. Because they're steel. My goblets are indestructible, impervious to both the fury of sovereigns and servants who are all thumbs.
Saskia's chalice was new.
Aye, it was. Back in Mayor Farragut's day, a venture Saskia was no more than an itch in her da's breeches.
Who ordered the goblet from you?
That goblet was a gift. A way for the folk of Vergen to pay tribute to Saskia. I got the honor of casting and presenting it to our lovely leader. The lass liked it so much, she's not used any other vessel since she received it.
Was the order for a normal goblet?
Not a chance. It was supposed to be a gift. I ornamented it richly, even on the inside. Not terribly practical, that, as it's hard to get clean. Some scum is bound to remain. But I wanted it looking downright regal, worthy of our Saskia.
The other chalices were not ornamented on the inside?
Of course not.
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Vergen.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Ha! I know of one who's been trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunken elf. Thorax, his name.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
This is
Can't mix water with fire.
With the Virgin's death.
Saskia could. I can tell you what he lost.
And you see what they did to her?
Power. As I see it, every princeling likes to scheme.
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise, it's justice.
I'll grant you that.
The prince has it coming, methinks.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the Virgin. Give us this hornplower!
Witcher, come over here. Rolling dung, you surly dog!
I'd gladly hear your opinion on the situation.
Finally, someone reasonable. It's obvious Henselt bribed some serf who then did what he was told.
That's interesting.
Just think it through. The prince couldn't have done it. The wine was in plain sight. Only the servants touched the decanters, and who are they? Commoners. Then that same commoner incited his folk to stand against the nobles and the prince.
Something to think about.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
What do you want?
We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I don't have time to listen to songs praising the nobility. Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
So truth means nothing to you. That's what makes us different.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that allows injustice.
If the prince turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do understand them and simply don't like them.
Saskia is a wise woman, but there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then? Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
You may be right, but it's certainly not my business who'll plough your fields. Farewell.
Give us this hornplower!
It's good to see someone's taking care of it. Change your tone when we put a
Saskia's on the beers for Henselt and each other's throats.
This is nonsense. What would the prince gain with the Virgin's death?
I can tell you what he lost with her life. Power. As I see it, every princeling likes to scheme.
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise, it's vigilante justice.
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side. Who will the Witcher side with?
It's a very good term.
They say someone cast a spell.
There goes the pussy.
Witches, an army led by a woman.
Don't try anything.
Catch something big!
If not for that damned Yorvith, the serfs... I heard...
Shut your trap if you don't know what's going on!
Beaver!
Eh? That's a witcher, not a human.
So, no schnapps?
Nope.
Anyone order an exquisitely adorned goblet from you?
I get the occasional commission for tableware, sure. But what exactly are you talking about?
Saskia's goblet. Was that your handiwork?
That ugly bucket! Did you intend to offend me? Whoever made that thing should be whipped! I certainly hope Saskia orders her vessels for me next time.
If she gets a chance to order anything again.
I never finished telling you about the canary.
If not for that damned Yorvith, the serfs would probably be hanging the prince by now.
Catch something big!
The commoners claim it's our prince's doing.
Such judgment is above their station.
I believe it's...
The prince has it coming, methinks.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the virgin.
This is nonsense. What would the prince...
Can we have a word?
Murder's in the air.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
I can tell you what he wants with her life.
Good.
Can we have a word?
Poison the virgin.
Likes to scheme.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise, it's vigilante justice.
I'll grant you that, Reinster.
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Anything changed?
Not really. The peasants keep hollering. Noblemen stubbornly guard their chieftain.
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hand.
Can we have a word?
At each other's throats. We'll have to face the entire amount of Kedwin alone.
See you at the...
You can't mix water with fire.
You're in my way.
Now, Saskia could.
Who
And
will
you see
the
what they
Witcher
did to her?
He's on very good terms with that damned elf.
Maybe he has good intentions.
Things look bad. The peasants are furious. They finally have a chance to strike back for all the wrongs.
The noblemen won't yield.
They're a cowardly lot.
They know their heads will follow Stennis's.
It's a deadlock, with the prince's guilt still to be proven.
Yarpen says it's someone from Edirn. Sheldon, on the other hand, would shave his beard if it's not Hensel's spies.
Has Yarpen got any evidence?
No, Yarpen's an old cook and says he's got a feeling. Ploughing soothsayer.
He might be right with those feelings. After all, not just anyone can pass through the Wraith's mist. It has to be someone local.
So it never crossed your mind that Henselt might have sent someone here before those ghosts appeared?
Anyone reached the prince in his chamber?
Not even close. The nobles guard him like a matron does her ward's hiney.
If the rabble slaughters the prince, there'll be no stopping them. They'll start doing things their own nasty way.
That's why the nobles will support the prince, even if they believe he's guilty.
I'm sure Stennis's hands are dirtier than a peasant girl's fucked in a barn.
Why would Sheldon suspect Henselt?
He'd sooner reach an agreement with Stennis than Saskia. Her death would be very convenient.
Zoltan?
I'm wondering how anyone could manage to poison the wine. Saskia's a quick-witted lass. She doesn't let just anyone near. Someone she knew must have done it.
Give us this horsepower!
Rolling dung, you surly dog!
Greetings, Gwynblade.
Anything change?
Not really.
Saskia's on the bier with Henselt at the gates. Wraiths fill the mist and commoners and nobles are at each other's throats.
This is
the
nonsense.
Prince is only the beginning.
What would the prince
Carlton and
gain
his
with the
life won't
virgin's
respect
death?
Anyone or
I
anything.
can tell you what he lost with her life. Power.
Why is he lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witches be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets. Throwing their weight about too much they are.
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones. You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
Farewell.
Give us this horsepower! Enough of this charade!
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down. We've talked.
There's no. Does it matter?
Hey, do you even remember? But see, where is the he's?
No. A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned.
Stand! You tell us who a pig won't cut its own. Enough of this charade!
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are a lot.
Give us this horsepower!
Rolling dung, you surly dog!
You will change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
The prince has it coming, methinks.
Can we have a...
Mud does it.
Any chance there could have...
Why the...
Could some...
Ha!
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the Virgin.
Give us this horsepower!
Saskia's on the bier.
Rolling dung, you surly
Wraiths fill the
dog!
mist and commoners and nobles.
Change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat.
This is nonsense.
Save your
What
threats
would the
for
prince
your
gain with the virgin's
hog-smelling
death?
woman.
I can tell you what he lost with her life. Power. As I see it, every princeling likes the scheme.
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise, it's vigilante justice.
Hurry up, Witcher!
The prince has it coming.
If not for that damned yaw
Good.
with the serfs.
Bloody bastard poisoned the Virgin.
See, she's dead.
We're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
fibra. ¿Eh?
The World Order, Witcher. Keep it in mind.
Saskia's on the pier with Henselt at the gate.
Can we have a word?
All the mist and commoners and nobles are at each other's throats. Lovely.
I hope at least you'll refrain from doing anything stupid.
I'd gladly hear your...
Finally! It's all...
The local peasants loves...
Those surly dogs would...
That's it.
Just... then...
something.
Give us this horsepower!
Rolling dung,
Say, Witcher, come over here.
Can we have a word?
We'll be on the same side.
Any chance that...
What?
Could some... Who ordered...
That goblet was a gift. The
Was the...
No!
The other...
Of course not.
See you at...
Humans only care how their asses rise.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
Why?
Those...
You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He...
Where's this Willie?
Hiding.
The...
Oh shit.
Wife left... The... Just be... Farewell.
Give us this
into Henselt's hands.
Enough of this charade!
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace. We've talked...
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
Geralt! It's good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
Nobody to keep things peaceful.
Scalen Burden and his dwarves are trying to contain the mob, but they're badly outnumbered.
The plebs will yell a lot, beat someone up, and go home. As peasants do.
That would be foolish. They're not serfs anymore. The days of them humbly sowing and reaping are gone.
Looks like things are getting nasty.
Hear me!
What do you want?
I'm Scalen Burden. I keep order in Vergen.
Are doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Yorvith.
Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your...
What?
Where's...
Boys, and then...
We need to act quick.
What's... Even...
You'll... Also, you won't...
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Henselt's hands. Come over here.
Why?
Those were...
You better search.
Yeah,
The...
Oh, should...
Wife...
The
Just be... What's it really all about? Who's back?
We want.
We don't...
How would you punish?
If a lad can kill...
A land with...
We have...
It's not so...
Then we'll...
And all people is gonna be...
And the non-humans?
We have an...
Away with them!
You know Sus...
Where? Hiding.
Farewell.
Give us this whole flower!
What
What did the prince gain with the virgin's death?
Saskia
I could tell you what he
And you
lost
see
for
what they
life.
did to her?
If not for that damned Yorvith, the serfs would probably be hanging the prince.
They say someone cast a spell.
There goes the
What
should I?
Squirrels, witches, an army led by a woman.
I've been looking for you.
I don't know you.
You caused quite a commotion. Afraid of something?
No, nothing.
You're lying.
I didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
I don't want to hurt you. I really don't. But I'll cut your arm off if I have to.
No, please.
So tell me what you saw.
I heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody said the Virgin is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Alcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear? Tell me.
I was putting Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. It wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, "Just clear the servants from the kitchen." Nothing more. Reverend Alcan, only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
The dead aren't very talkative.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
The gods will leave me anyway. Get used to it. Lady Saskia will defeat Henselt and make burgers.
Sorcerers are a plague of the worst kind.
Don't try anything.
Who will the Witcher side with?
Go get the lads, we won't stand for this.
Good. Bloody bastard poisoned the Virgin.
I'll cut the block off the next man who dares try his luck.
Saskia's on the pier with Henselt at the gates.
Give us this whole flower!
Come over here. Roll in dung, you surly dog!
This is nonsense.
Your tone
What would the
when we
prince
put a
gain with the
sickle to
virgin's
your
death?
throat.
Hurry up, Witcher!
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
Say,
As I see it,
come over
every
here.
person
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side. Who will the Witcher side?
Humans only care how their ashes made in this season.
Say she is dead. You're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
Eva!
Eh? That's a witcher, not a human.
So, no schnapps?
Nope.
I need to know where Reverend Olkin used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here. See you, Governor.
So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to the recruiting station.
I'll say it again. Humans are strange.
How do you see it, Reverend? Do the gods favor Lady Saskia, as she claims?
Gods never favor rebellions that seek to topple the natural.
Strange aura. Nothing interesting.
Para. Entre todos los gobernantes de aquellos tiempos, no podemos olvidarnos del emperador nifariano conocido como David Adam y que traducido del idioma antiguo significa la llama blanca que baila sobre los túmulos de sus enemigos. Los monarcas desde la Buina hasta el Yaruga temblaban al oír su nombre. Sus legiones de soldados enfundados en el acero aplastaban países bajo sus botas y destronaban monarcas. En sus insaciables ambiciones intentó conquistar el norte en varias ocasiones, pero se vio obligado a firmar acuerdos de paz en cada uno de sus intentos. Aunque no aparece en nuestra historia personalmente, su sombra proyectó varias veces sobre el acontecimiento que aquí escribo.
So it's really haunted?
Greetings.
It is. They should make it a mandatory pilgrimage for young clerics. They'd truly believe in the afterlife after seeing that.
How does that
Don't try anything.
They say someone cast a spell.
Don't try anything.
And the Virgin fell as if dead. Could be. Sorcerers are a plague of the worst kind.
What's this? Clad in hues of green, a bit of shrubs.
At your service.
Catching on legs bent, catching eyes.
You wanted to discuss something?
Is what they say true? Did Saskia kill a dragon?
Prince Stennis decorated her for it at the court in Vengerberg, so it appears to be true. If you want to know the details, talk to Biggerhorn. Apparently he witnessed it. Remember the antidote for Saskia. It's very important.
I had a dream. We were mining up at the face of the drive, waking the old.
Thanks for the help.
I got a serious career proposal yesterday.
Come on up, you.
Take care of yourself.
Oh, the eminent Philippa Eilhard.
Don't try anything.
Pale face, eyes like embers. What should I do? It raised his hand and pointed a finger at them.
I'd rather rabid dogs bite me in the arse than be pointed at by some wraith.
What happened then?
What do you think? He ran from the battle.
Don't try.
Catch something big.
Who will the Witcher side with?
Serfs and lords will never be on
Can
this.
we have a word?
Wine?
No, that.
It's it. My goblet.
Saskia's chalice.
Ah,
Was the order for
not a chap.
the other chalice?
Of course not.
Who ordered?
That, the last.
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Vergen.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Ha! I know of one who's been trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunken elf. Thorax, his name.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
Enough of this charade! Try to be reasonable, folks! Sit down and talk in peace!
We've talked enough! Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel!
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why! The mongrel covets the crown!
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You haven't heard much, then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The Witcher's right! Give us Stennis!
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned the wine.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold! Everyone knows that!
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it! A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his saviour.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, That doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene Damed, the Prince can, curses on his kin. Nobody in Vergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stennis' leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Olcan got what he deserved when Hensel cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Edern? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Edern, can judge me. Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign!
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
Anyone order an exquisitely adorned goblet from you?
I get the occasional commission for tableware, sure. But what exactly are you talking about?
Saskia's goblet. Was that your handiwork?
That ugly bucket! Did you intend to offend me? Whoever made that thing should be whipped! I certainly hope Saskia orders her vessels for me next time.
If she gets a chance to order anything again.
I never finished.
Give us a kiss!
You associate with sorceresses.
Tents, thick as cornstalks.
Look, another one. You let one human in and in no time you've got a swarm. Like ants. I heard human.
Who's this, my friend?
Getting anywhere?
Like who? Most of them.
I've been trying. I know you.
Her heart.
You exact.
Everyone thinks she's any different.
Were you Henry?
Was I? Fuck, Wolf. I saw you die. I didn't. So I'm well.
I don't know if it taught me anything. You haven't noticed that I'm pissing up wind again, fighting for a cause that isn't mine.
No.
Did you?
Oh, fuck. And us on.
He hardly. Some
bigger horn.
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
So, you got it over. I'm on my way to the recruiting station. I don't know.
I tried locating Triss, but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kedweni camp?
You'll have to pass through the mist.
The mist is full of wraiths.
I'll help you. I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know. Henselt.
We need his blood, not his death.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a kingslayer?
You wanted to discuss something? Remember the antidote for Saskia. It's very important.
I'm trying to learn something about the Wild Hunt.
Very interesting phenomenon. Like all mysterious things.
Willing to share what you know?
Well, I would be. Provided you found the notes of Morton Collis first. He devoted almost his entire life to researching the hunt. We could go into detail if you had his scribblings.
I found Morton Collis's notes.
So, let's see what you've learned.
Well, there are a few documented facts, but Collis notes the existence of plenty of myths and legends.
Very true. Where shall we start, then?
First and foremost, Collis studied the hunt's movement.
Oh, it's well known that the wild hunt moves north to south, never in the opposite direction.
That's what I remember, and Collis's research confirms it. I'm just having trouble understanding why that is.
The retinue's trajectory brings it into our world at the North Pole. Thus, once here, the wraiths can only move south.
Collis claims the hunt's appearance can be predicted by observing the Orcan Nebula.
And eclipses affect how often it appears. In any case, it arrives on the winter solstice, though not necessarily every year.
Collis calculated that the hunt slips into our world in those years when the nebula is in the eastern sky. When I pursued the hunt, I passed through many abandoned villages.
Well, the wild hunt abducts young people.
What for?
The wraiths might need workers, warriors, or meat.
Collis seems to favor the slave theory. What's the sorceress's take on the hunt?
The topic makes them uneasy. Since the Council and Conclave banned the use of mind spells, the wild hunt has been a taboo topic.
There's some link between mental spells and the cavalcade?
Both addle the brain. Anyone who has come in contact with the wild hunt has experienced mental instability that either takes the form of insanity or amnesia. You see, the wraiths emit a magnetic field that severely distorts perception and impedes brain functions.
People say the hunt's appearance is an omen of war.
In our times, wars are so frequent, we might even consider flights of honking geese as their harbinger. The hunt traverses our world in winter. Wars usually break out in spring, but only because rulers wish their soldiers to die in battle rather than of cold.
Let's summarize.
Based on his observations and calculations of the wild hunt's movements, Collis arrived at two equally important conclusions. The first was that the hunt is made up of knights who perished in various worlds and have reconvened as a retinue of vengeance. His second hypothesis states that an unknown, extremely powerful force multiplies wraiths, whose task is to travel between worlds in search of slaves. Both theories seem probable.
Each time someone runs into the hunt, the Wraith's magnetic field causes their mind to descend into chaos. By inference, another meeting with the hunt and its field should reverse the effects of the first.
Perhaps someone who lost their memory or their mind on their first meeting with the hunt could recover either on the second meeting. But I'm afraid that's unproved. Anyone who has managed to escape the Wraiths would rather die than meet them again.
So, you can lose or recover your memory by meeting the wild hunt.
Do you know something I don't?
I have amnesia, but my memory's been coming back since a certain event.
Since when?
Since I killed a spectre, the king of the wild hunt.
Truly interesting. I wouldn't mind a closer look at your swords. Care to browse through my wares? Beautifully crafted. May a chinchilla piss on me. What's this? Clad in hues of...
You hugged a bear or what?
Guess they'll never learn.
Se salió el juego. Bueno, lo dejo hasta acá nomás. Nos vemos. Hasta pronto. Me voy a ir a dormir.